Hello and welcome to my channel, Hopewell Stories. Today's video is how millionaire black nurse gave her comic book to a mute girl, unaware she was a CEO's daughter. But before we dive into the full story, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is now, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Lena Johnson was rich, not just a little rich, very rich. She lived in a huge house on the top of a hill, with a garden bigger than most schools. Her car was shiny and black, and her clothes came from stores with names no one could pronounce. But Lena didn't care about any of that. She was a nurse, a really good one. People were surprised when they found out. "You're a millionaire," they'd say. "Why are you working in a hospital?" Lena would just smile. "Because I like helping people." She didn't wear fancy jewelry to work. No designer handbags, just her white nurse's uniform, a stethoscope around her neck, and kindness in her eyes. She worked the night shift at City General Hospital, where the lights were always bright and the halls never quiet. One rainy Tuesday night, a little girl was brought in. She couldn't have been more than 10. She was soaking wet, wrapped in a blanket, and didn't say a word. The nurse at the front desk said the girl had been found sitting alone on a park bench, shivering. No ID, no parents, just silence. Lena looked at the girl and felt something deep in her heart. The child had big brown eyes, full of fear and confusion. She didn't cry, didn't scream, just stared. "What's your name, sweetie?" Lena asked gently. The girl shook her head, then pointed to her mouth and shook her head again. Lena understood. The girl couldn't speak. "It's okay," Lena said. "You're safe now." She checked the girl's temperature, made sure she wasn't hurt, and gave her warm pajamas. Then she sat beside her on the bed. "I'm Lena," she said. "I'm a nurse. I'll take care of you." The girl looked at her, then slowly reached out and touched Lena's hand. It was a small gesture, but it meant everything. Over the next few days, Lena spent extra time with the girl. She brought her soup, colored with her, and even played quiet music on her phone. The girl never spoke, but she smiled sometimes, and she liked to draw. One night, Lena brought something special. "I have something for you," she said, pulling a small comic book from her bag. The girl looked curious. "This is my favorite," Lena said. "It's about a superhero who can't talk, but she saves the world with her mind and her heart. Her name is Silent Star." The girl took the comic book carefully, like it was made of glass. She opened it and started flipping through the pages. Her eyes lit up. Lena watched her. "You like it?" The girl nodded fast, then hugged the comic to her chest. Lena laughed. "You can keep it. I have another copy at home." The girl looked at her, eyes wide with surprise. Then she hugged Lena. That moment stayed with Lena. It was simple but powerful. A quiet child, a comic book, and a hug. That was all it took to make someone feel seen. But what Lena didn't know was who the girl really was. 3 days later, the hospital was buzzing. A man in a dark suit and sunglasses walked in like he owned the place. Security followed behind him. He went straight to the front desk. "I'm looking for a little girl," he said. "She was brought in 3 nights ago. Brown eyes. About this tall, doesn't speak." The nurse nodded. "Yes, sir. She's in room 214, but she's under care." "I'm her father," the man said. The nurse called Lena. When Lena arrived, the man was already in the room. The girl was sitting on the bed, holding Lena's comic book tightly. "Daddy." The girl signed with her hands. Lena blinked. She hadn't known the girl could sign. The man knelt and hugged her. "I've been so worried, Maya." Maya, that was her name. The man stood and turned to Lena. "Thank you," he said. "You took care of my daughter." Lena smiled. "Of course. She's a sweet girl." The man looked around the small hospital room. It was plain, white walls, a chair, a sink, nothing fancy. "You're the nurse who's been with her every night?" he asked. "Yes, sir." He studied her. "You're not like the others." Lena raised an eyebrow. "What do you mean?" "You didn't treat her like a problem. You treated her like a person." Lena shrugged. "That's my job." The man extended his hand. "I'm Daniel Reyes. I run Reyes Tech. You might have heard of it." Lena's eyes widened. Reyes Tech was one of the biggest tech companies in the world. They made phones, computers, even robots. Daniel Reyes was a billionaire, and this quiet little girl was his daughter. Yes, Daniel said, as if reading her thoughts. Maya is my daughter. She was at a friend's house when she slipped out. We've been searching everywhere. Lena looked at Maya, who was still hugging the comic book. She's special, Lena said softly. Daniel nodded. She is. She was born deaf. She can't speak, but she's brilliant. She reads, she draws, she learns fast. But people, they don't always see her. They look at her and think she's broken. Lena felt a lump in her throat. She's not broken. No, Daniel said. She's perfect. He paused. You gave her that comic book, didn't you? Lena nodded. It's about a hero who's silent, but strong. I thought she might like it. Daniel smiled. She hasn't put it down since. She even drew her own version of Silent Star, with a nurse's hat. Lena's heart warmed. Daniel looked at her seriously. I'd like to do something for you. Oh no, Lena said. I don't need anything. I just did my job. But you did more than that. Daniel said. You saw her. You treated her like a person, not a charity case. That means something. Lena sighed. If you really want to do something, there's a children's wing in this hospital. It's old. The toys are broken. The paint is peeling. The kids don't have much. Daniel nodded. I'll fix it. Fully. New toys, books, games, a quiet room for kids like Maya. I'll fund it. Lena was stunned. You don't have to. I want to, Daniel said. And I want your name on it. The Lena Johnson wing. Lena shook her head. No, please, just help the kids. Daniel smiled. All right, but I'm still doing it. A month later, the new children's wing opened. It was bright and colorful. There were soft chairs, books in braille, tablets for drawing, and even a small library of comic books. One shelf was labeled, Silent Star Collection, donated by a nurse who cared. Maya came to the opening. She wore a purple dress and a big smile. She ran to Lena and hugged her. Then she handed her a drawing. It showed two people, a nurse with dark skin and curly hair, and a little girl with brown eyes. Above them the words said, My hero. Lena's eyes filled with tears. You're my hero too, she whispered. Daniel stood nearby, watching. He walked over. I've been thinking, he said. We're starting a program at Reyes Tech for kids with disabilities. We want to create tools, apps, devices that help them communicate, learn, and dream big. Lena looked at him. That's amazing. I'd like you to be part of it, he said. Not as a nurse, as a partner. You understand people, you see what others miss. We need that. Lena was shocked. Me? I'm just a nurse. You're more than that, Daniel said. You're kind, you're strong, you care, and you gave my daughter something no money could buy, someone who saw her. Lena looked at Maya, who was now showing a nurse her drawing of Silent Star. Maybe she wasn't just a nurse, she thought. Maybe she was something more. Years passed. The children's wing became one of the best in the country. Kids came from all over to play, learn, and heal. Reyes Tech launched the Voice Project, a special tablet that helped non-speaking children communicate using symbols, voice AI, and art. It was inspired by Maya, and by Lena. Lena didn't stop being a nurse, but now she also worked with Reyes Tech, helping design tools that made life easier for kids like Maya. And every year on the anniversary of that rainy night, Maya came to visit her. She'd bring a new drawing. Sometimes it was of Silent Star, sometimes it was of Lena in her nurse's uniform, flying through the sky like a superhero. One day, Maya handed her a comic book. Lena opened it. On the first page, it said, Silent Star and the Nurse Who Cared, created by Maya Reyes. Inside, the story showed a brave nurse who helped a lost girl. The nurse wasn't rich. She didn't have powers, but she had kindness. And that was stronger than anything. At the end, Silent Star signed, Thank you. Lena hugged Maya tight. You made this for me, she asked. Maya nodded, smiling. Lena wiped her eyes. You know what? I think you're the real superhero. Maya laughed, a silent laugh, but full of joy. And in that moment, Lena knew something important. You don't need money, fame, or power to change the world. Sometimes all it takes is a comic book, a kind heart, and the courage to see someone for who they really are. And that was enough. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye.